Do you think lawyers are liars?
We have 6 crore cases pending in India. Are citizens of our country getting justice?
For a layman, for a commoner, it's always for them law is symbolic to court, कचहरी.
correct.
उससे ज़्यादा उन्हें मतलब ही नहीं है.
We have high profile cases being argued and decided where religious disputes, scams, frauds. What about the ordinary cases you see of say, citizens? But then I got a very good break, you see, in 1965 or so when I was selected as a lawyer for the Oberoi Group of Hotels. We decided to set up the Society of Indian Law Firm in the year 2000.
This obsession with getting into law firms, and one of the reasons is definitely the financial part.
This is what I tell the law student. First, decide what is your aptitude. Don't even go by what your parents suggest to you. Earlier, she was a partner in law also, but then she became a partner in life.
So, how do you see the interface of law with politics?
After Rajiv Gandhi's passing away, then I felt, you see, that Congress is not doing the work it was supposed to do.
You endorse two lawyers getting married?
Of course, yeah.
There is no introduction that I need to give about Dr. Lalit Bhasin. He's a litigator, he's a reformer, he's a mentor, and he's a leader who has basically evolved over a period of time with almost 6 decades of his legal practice and has shaped the Indian bar and is also the conscience of the Indian bar at a lot of levels. Hello everyone, welcome to Law Grade. My name is Chehek Pugalia and I welcome you to the exclusive podcast with none other than Dr. Lalit Bhasin. Before I start with the formal introduction and the conversation, I want to dedicate a line which goes like, it's a Urdu line or a quote, which goes like, Zamana शोर में डूबा रहा, जमाना शोर में डूबा रहा और वो ज़मीर बनके और वो ज़मीर की आवाज़ बनकर उभरे, which basically means that while the world drowned in noise, you were the one, you rose the voice of conscience. So with this, I think we're not interviewing the legend that you are, but basically the journey that you have come from and every learning that has shaped you the way you are. So I would be very much interested in knowing that side, sir.
Thank you, Shehad, for your brilliant introduction. I'm always very happy to share my views with the young professionals and particularly the law students, the law faculty, and with the young lawyers, emerging lawyers. I believe lawyers are the conscience keepers of the nation.
Yes.
They are just not into the profession. I think it is something much more than being a lawyer and being in a profession.
Yes.
And this we have inherited, you see, from our forefathers, our founders, you see, of the who got us independence, our father of the nation, our first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, our first prime minister, Pandit Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Ambedkar. You see, they were all lawyers.
Yes.
And it is not that they were not in good practice of law. Correct. They were in good practice of law, but they gave up, you see, that lucrative law practices to serve the country. So lawyers in a way, and that role has continued till today. In all the previous governments, whether it was the Congress government or it was Janata Party or it was BJP, lawyers always played a very, very important role. Nearer the time, we have had Mr. Ashok Sen, Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Arun Jaitley, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, all you see very distinguished lawyers, Kapil Sibal, they all gave up their law practices to serve the country as cabinet ministers.
Yes.
There is a limited source of income for cabinet ministers, but unlimited source for very successful senior lawyers.
Right.
but they gave up that lucrative law practice to serve the country. So that is why your introductory Urdu share
Yes.
is very, very important,
Yeah.
because it stirs the conscience of the nation,
Yes.
and it is very relevant so far as the legal profession is concerned.
Hmm.
And so far as my personal aptitude and attitude is concerned, I also belong to a family who gave much, you see, for the independence of the country. My grandfather, he was a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
successful lawyer,
Hmm.
but he gave up his law practice to join, you see, the freedom movement of the country. And as a result, you see, he actually died of a lathi blow
Okay.
by the British police
Mm-hmm.
in 1946, just 1 year before our independence. But he gave up his practice and he was serving, you see, as a very eminent Congress leader in Punjab, at erstwhile
Yes.
Punjab,
Mm-hmm.
now part of Pakistan.
Yes.
My father was a very successful lawyer in Rawalpindi,
Rawalpindi too. I know.
Islamabad now,
Yes.
and he helped, you see, those who were involved in struggle for freedom,
Hmm.
in fighting their cases and all that.
Right.
And that role continued even after we got independence,
Hmm.
and he set up his law practice. His last assignment was uh, pro bono. He was appearing as the counsel for the commission
Okay.
which had gone into Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, you see, disappearance and
Hmm.
what happened to Netaji. So he was the counsel for the commission before Justice G.D. Khosla
Yes.
commission, you see, the court of inquiry. And so this is sort of a background in which I was brought up, of giving back to society.
Yes.
And when independence came, we became refugees.
Right.
We had to leave Rawalpindi. We went to Jammu Kashmir, you see, where my maternal grandfather,
Hmm.
he was there. So we lived with him for some time. But then we came to Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
And that is from where my father started, you see, almost from a scratch. But he built up his law practice. And we got good education, I and my siblings. I remember the time that when we could not afford even to have the school uniforms, and my mother always used to clean up my worn uniform to make it ready for the next day and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But soon, you see, because of my parents' uh, evaluation of the situation, they built up a good family, and my father became a very successful practitioner of law in New Delhi.
Yeah.
Eventually, he was designated also as a senior advocate in recognition of the great work that
Hmm.
he had done for the profession. And he expired in 1973,
Hmm.
but by that time I had already finished my education, that is from one of the
Hmm.
illustrious colleges, Hindu College,
Okay.
Delhi, and some semblance of some leadership quality emerged there in that college, because in Hindu College we used to have a parliamentary form of union
Yeah.
activity.
Hmm.
Unlike, you have union election, someone is elected president, someone
Yes.
is vice
Yes.
president, secretary, and all that.
Yes.
There it was a like parliamentary form.
Form of.
There was a proper election where
Hmm.
the entire college participated.
Okay.
They used to elect the prime minister.
Okay.
So the prime minister was the head of
Of
the
the college.
of the college union or
Right.
parliament. So I was elected as the prime minister
Oh.
in 1958 Hindu College, and I found my own cabinet also, and then there was a vote of no confidence against me, but that
Oh, so
was
like the whole setup was
yeah,
there.
full setup,
Yeah.
and we had a brilliant um philosopher faculty member,
Okay.
Mr. Premchand,
Mm-hmm.
very stern, who was acting like who was the speaker.
Oh,
So so that we did so many things in the college also.
right.
Thereafter, I studied law from the faculty of Delhi. But during my, uh, as you are doing your you see, penultimate year in the law school, even I was interning with my father
Oh.
while being a law student, and used to go to the office, look into, you see, the acts of the legislature, some judgments, and all that.
Right.
So he encouraged me a lot, you see, to do that. So it was automatic that after completing my studies, I should become
The,
a lawyer. And that was way back in 1962
hmm.
that I started my legal journey.
Right.
It was a period of struggle in the sense that my father shifted his practice to Jammu and Kashmir
Okay.
because he believed in fighting for the underprivileged, for the underdogs,
Hmm.
or for those who are politically victimized.
Hmm.
He fought the case for Sheikh Abdullah, who was
The
arrested, you see.
uh,
Um, Sheikh Abdullah was known as the father of freedom movement in Jammu and Kashmir.
yes.
Uh, so he got, he appeared for him. Then he appeared for later on Bakshi Ghulam Muhammad, who was again the
Yeah.
chief minister, but corruption charges had been brought against him. But the most remarkable case done by my father during that time was uh, Surinder Singh Kairong versus Harbhajan Singh. Surinder Singh
Hmm.
Kairong was the son of Pratap Singh Kairong, the chief minister of Punjab.
Okay.
And there were allegations against the son, Surinder Singh, that he is engaged in gold smuggling,
Okay.
and he had the patronage of his father
Hmm.
for doing that.
Hmm.
This statement was made by a political leader of Praja Socialist Party, which was set up by Jayaprakash Narayan ji, the
Yes.
socialist
Yeah.
leaders, He's called the Lok Nayak,
Yeah.
Jayaprakash Narayan. Statement was made by Mr. Harbhajan Singh, who
Hmm.
was the general secretary of the party, openly accusing uh, Surinder Singh Kairong of gold smuggling.
Hmm.
So Surinder Singh Kairong filed criminal case against Harbhajan Singh.
Okay.
The case went for trial before the magistrate, then before the session judge,
Hmm.
before the High Court,
Yes.
and in all these proceedings, Harbhajan Singh, that is my father's client, and my father was appearing pro bono, you see, because he himself was a socialist.
Yes.
We lost the case. Then the matter eventually went to the Supreme Court, where again my father argued the case,
Hmm.
and that is a case which is like a classic case on the law of defamation,
Hmm.
where the Supreme Court said no, it was in public
Hmm.
good and for public awareness, and there is substantial evidence to show that Surinder Singh Kairong was involved. Just see, imagine the impact of this judgment, that Pratap Singh Kairong had to resign as the chief minister, and that is the you see, achievement, a
Yes.
glorious achievement,
Yes, indeed.
where corrupt politicians were brought before the court, and the Supreme Court, you see, laid down the law which is still quoted in all the defamation cases.
Yeah.
So that is how uh, I came into the profession, but
Hmm.
it was my father had shifted to Jammu Kashmir, his
Hmm.
practice. So I was virtually on my own
Hmm.
right from 1963. And added to that was responsibility as a husband, because I got married in 1961 when I was still a law student, because
Oh,
my wife, she is no more. She was 1991.
okay.
She died of lung cancer.
Okay.
Madhu Bhasin. Earlier she was Madhu Didwania. She was from Rajasthan, in the from the district. So she played a very important role. She was virtually preparing me for my final semester exam. She used to ask me questions, I used to answer and all that. In 62, then I completed my law. And my first daughter also came in the year 1963,
Oh,
that is 2 years. And thereafter, at every 2 year interval, I had another daughter. So I had four daughters right till
okay.
1969. The
Oh,
youngest one was
amazing.
born in 1969. But that brought in more responsibilities for a
Yes.
struggling lawyer.
Yes.
And because my wife belonged to a Marwadi family,
Okay.
uh, they did not want to delay the marriage. That is why, while I was a student only, they said, no, if you people want, it was a love marriage.
Love
We were
match.
both students of Hindu college.
Yes.
So they say, if you are serious, then you have to
Get
get married
married.
now. We say, okay. So we got married, and then, but she played a very important role, not only in bringing up the daughters under some very adverse circumstances, in the
Hmm.
sense financial position was not good.
Hmm.
But then I got a very good break, you see, in 1965 or so, when I was selected as a lawyer for the Oberoi Group of Hotels. And I was interviewed by no less a person than the the then head of the Oberoi Group, who is considered as father of the modern hospitality industry in India, Rai Bahadur M.S. Oberoi.
Yeah.
So I was a young lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He had a case going on in Delhi.
Yes.
They were running the Imperial Hotel, famous Imperial Hotel in Delhi, which had been given on lease to the Oberoi Hotel.
Okay.
And the owner of that hotel, Sardar Bahadur Ranjit Singh, had claimed that there was a breach of the terms of the lease, and therefore he filed a case of eviction
Okay.
against the Oberoi Hotels.
Mm.
And Rai Bahadur was defending that case at that point of time. And there were a large number of senior counsel and all that who were engaged for that. I was engaged as a young junior lawyer when the case had been decided against Oberoi Group, and they
Okay.
had been by the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court accepted the plea of Sardar Bahadur Ranjit Singh that there was a breach of the lease, and they were asked to vacate that, you see. And after the case, the question arose, what damages Oberoi Hotels have to pay,
Hmm.
because Ranjit Singh had claimed about 100 crores of rupees as damages to the property and all that. And that is when I was engaged, you see, to help the build up a case of defense. And I think the case went on again for 2 3 years, but we
Hmm.
succeeded. So that was my
Great.
introduction to the corporate world,
What?
the business. You see, Oberoi was the biggest chain
Biggest.
at that
Yes.
point of
Yes.
time. Other chains like Taj and all that, they just had one or two hotels, but Oberoi Group had 6 7 top properties there. So I became involved in that, and gradually there was a specialization in the field of hospitality laws, and I uh, became advisor even to the Federation of the Hotels and Restaurants, that is the
Okay.
apex body of that. So that has continued till now.
Yes. So So apart from like the body of work that you have so in terms of your leadership, so if I see it in levels, so you have been the president of Bar Association as well. Also, you are heading the presidentship of Society of Indian Law Firms, and you have your own practice as well, which is Bhasin and Companies, Bhasin and Co. So, sir, in that point of view, there is one segment which is you are handling these institutions, you are representing them, and you're also handling your work which is there. So, how do you manage these both things, which are somehow interconnected but may require different set of investment from your side? So, something on that trajectory.
You quoted the Urdu share, but I'm quoting the uh, famous English uh, quote.
Mhm.
That is, where there is a will, there is a way. So, if you have a will to do something, you can balance everything.
Yes.
Just to deviate, how do our women lawyers, how do they balance their life?
Yes.
We men don't, you see, do even 1/10 of what our women colleagues are doing in the profession.
Yes.
They manage their work, they report for, you see, to their respective offices or law firms or attend to the courts.
Mm.
Same time, when they are not married, they are daughters. As daughters, they have responsibilities.
Yes.
As then they get married,
Yes.
they become wives, and
Mm.
they also become
Mothers.
daughters-in-law.
Mm.
Then they become mothers.
Mothers.
So they have to also ensure what is being cooked for breakfast,
Mm.
lunch, dinner, and all that. How do they manage that?
Yes.
It is an example, you see,
Yes.
where and they are very successful.
Yes.
At the moment, at this point of time, there are more girl students in law colleges and more lawyers in the courts, girl lawyers, lady lawyers,
Mm.
than men. But they balance their life. So I tried to balance it because
Yeah.
I always believe that is where the family upbringing and background comes of
Come.
giving something back to the society.
Society.
So when I started in the profession, I became involved in the International Bar Association.
Hmm.
Uh, at that time, India was not considered to be an important member of that, but along with couple of other
Hmm.
lawyers who were leaders like Mr. R.K.P. Shankar Das, who eventually became the president of the International Bar Association.
Okay.
We built up, you see, India's image to the foreign world that Indian legal profession is second to none. That is where I held important positions in the international law institutions
Yes.
like the International Bar. I became the General Secretary in charge of the entire Asian Pacific region. And then I became a part of Union Internationale des Avocats, which is the oldest body of
The
legal professionals based in Paris.
Paris, France.
So
Yeah.
I was the head of the India branch of that. And so these things came, and side by side, I was
Managing.
climbing the ladder so far as the Bar Association was concerned. Right from the position of a joint treasurer, then I became treasurer. Eventually, I became the general secretary, which was the second most important position.
Hmm.
And I was very fortunate to have Mr. Fali Nariman as the president of the Bar Association of India. And this association continued for nearly 20 years, right from 1990 till about 2010.
Hmm.
He remained the president, I remained the general secretary, and we did so much of work for the common good of the professionals, particularly the young lawyers, emerging lawyers in the field of legal education,
Yes.
that Bar Association became an entity which was then recognized all over the world in the legal organization, the institution. In the year 2000, then some colleagues approached me that we should have a organization for the law firms. We decided to set up the Society of Indian Law Firms in the year 2000. So this is the 25th year of SILF, we call it. It was inaugurated by,
The vice president.
no,
Okay.
it was inaugurated by the president of the International Bar Association, a lady from Bermuda, Diana Kemp,
Mm-hmm.
in the august presence of Mr. Arun Jaitley, who was the Minister of Law
Law
and
and
Justice
justice.
at that point of time, and Mr. Fali Nariman was the guest of honor. So, since 2000, SILF has been in existence, and somehow I have continued to be the president. No one wants to step in and take over my responsibilities. So, and we have been able to now have our own building just in the Rouse Avenue Court Complex,
Yes. I've
which,
seen the building.
yeah, which was inaugurated by the Vice
Yes.
President of India.
India. Yeah.
And so these are the movements, In between, I was elected as the president of the Inter-Pacific Bar Association,
Okay.
which is one of the most vibrant organizations of legal professionals in this entire Asian Pacific region, which
Okay.
covers, you see, from Western US
Mm-hmm.
right up to Middle East. And so that was in 2013-14, and it continued. So that has been my association.
With this, how many hours do you work a day?
I work. I start my work at about 8:30 in the morning,
Hmm.
and then I attend to my court work because I love going to the courts. And by lunchtime, or say by 3 o'clock, I'm free, and then I attend to the next day's work, meeting the clients, and also, since now everything is streamlined,
Hmm.
it doesn't involve much of an effort to do something for the Bar Association of India
Hmm.
or Society of Law Firms,
Firms.
or for the organization which is the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators,
Yes, yes.
having its headquarters in London.
Hmm.
And I am the India head of that.
Yeah.
And I believe in promoting ADR,
ADR.
you see, because litigation is not the
Yes,
answer
I have
now.
a question in follow-up for
Yeah.
that. This is like, I think I have seen whatever interviews that I've seen of yours, either they are with professionals or someone from the fraternity, or let's say even your son Aditya also did a video with you. But I think it's the first time that you're interacting with a law student. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, what was that one thing when you got to know that it's a law student? So something, did it take back you to your early days, or something like that?
No, first time that I am being interviewed by a law student,
Mm.
but my interaction with the law student goes about
Yes,
30, 40
mm,
years
mm.
ago, when even today, I visit at least two law schools every month,
Okay.
because I get invitations from
Yes,
them, you
yes.
see, to share my views and to share the contemporaneous developments which are taking place, not just in India, but all over the world.
Word.
Because I believe that a lawyer does not have to confine himself reading into the
Yes.
law, acts and all that you have to read,
Hmm.
but your vision,
Correct.
your knowledge base has to be very broad
Hmm.
based, you see. And that can come only if you study literature,
Hmm.
if you study history, economics, everything, you see, which enriches you. So, whenever I go to the law school, I give them advice that use your technology for research purpose. It will give you the case law, it will give you the precedents, it will give you what is happening. But keep on reading the literature, enrich your knowledge base,
Yes.
and read at least two newspapers every day.
Hmm.
One is the general newspaper,
Paper.
daily newspaper, Hindustan Times, Times of India, Indian, any
Any
newspaper, but
newspaper.
one financial newspaper,
Yes.
because we are now a global village.
Hmm.
Our economies are interdependent.
Yes.
Therefore, you must know what is happening financially, even if you are not a commercial lawyer.
Hmm.
You must have knowledge that what is happening, on the
Right.
economic front, because it is economy which will lead you to be the leader in the world,
Yes.
as India has become now.
Hmm.
Under our Prime Minister Modi's leadership, India is now among top five economies,
Correct.
if not top three economies. It is all because of,
Yes.
the knowledge base
Hmm.
has to be there. But one thing I forgot, my role of leadership and how I wanted to give back to society, particularly to the young lawyers,
Hmm.
was when I was the chairman of the Bar Council of Delhi.
Hmm.
Bar Council, as you are aware, is a
Yes.
statutory body.
Body.
Every lawyer in a state has to enroll themselves, and then 1973 till 1977, 4 years, I was the chairman of Delhi Bar Council,
Yeah.
the youngest ever chairman of any state bar council in
Hmm.
India. But my first mission was to create some source of knowledge for young lawyers who cannot afford to have libraries.
Yes.
Law books are very expensive
Expensive.
and not easily available also. So, what I did, one of the most unconventional ways, I asked the famous uh, filmmaker Raj Kapoor. Uh, I created a contact with him. I say, I want to have the premiere of your film Bobby, and that was, I think, 75 or so.
Hmm.
He readily agreed.
Okay.
And then thereafter, we became very friends. And he brought his entire cast and technician to Delhi. And at the Regal Cinema here, we had the
Premier.
premiere show
Hmm.
of film Bobby, wherein we raised about 7 lakhs of rupees,
Oh.
which was a huge amount.
At that
It would
point.
work out to more than 7
Hmm.
crores now, even.
Hmm.
And out of that, in our district courts here, Tisazari, that
Hmm.
was the only district court,
Hmm.
I set up a library for young lawyers, reference library. You can't take away the books, but you have to study there only. A proper environment was created and a proper library was set up. And can you believe that the President of India went to Tisazari courts to inaugurate that library in the presence of the law minister and in the presence of Justice H.R. Khanna, who
Hmm.
is one of the most distinguished judges of the Supreme
Yeah.
Court of India. So that library which still continues to be there. And then I created, out of the remaining money, I
Hmm.
created a fund for disabled and injured lawyers,
Okay.
because many lawyers, they face accidents, they face some health problems,
Hmm.
some illnesses, they don't have the money. So indigent and disabled lawyers fund was created to help, those who could not afford the legal realm, and that fund still continues. That was a way of giving back.
That's remarkable. So that these are very systemic changes, like the library thing. I think
Yeah.
back then it could be a revolutionary idea because I don't think so at that point of time the district court, as you said, that thesis Ari and
Bar councils had never attempted to do
yes,
such
yes,
things,
yes, yes,
so
yes. That's wonderful, sir. And also, I would like to just go. So, you have told about the work that you have done, and we all know. But everyone is a protagonist in their own lives, and you will be in your lives. But I think not only in your life, but the bodies that you represent, the institutions that you represent. So, I think you are a protagonist there also. But who has been your heroes or your group of heroes, if any, from the profession or not from the profession? Someone that it could be one person that you have always looked upon and you were like, okay, this is my hero.
No, my hero uh, in two stages.
Hmm.
Early stages of my life, of course, hero was my father,
Yeah.
because this selflessness
Hmm.
and fighting for the underprivileged or politically victimized people, that was there, you see. I got it from my father. But in the profession, I was lucky to have the benefit of working under uh, many of the stalwarts,
Yes.
the legends, right from MC Setalwad, who was the first Attorney
Attorney
General,
General.
then Mr. Daftari,
Hmm.
then Mr. Parasaran. You
Hmm.
see, I had the benefit. But most importantly, it was Fali
Fine.
Nariman, because it was a long association with him right from 1970s,
Hmm.
when Fali was brought in from Bombay, where he was practicing as a
Practice.
senior lawyer, to Delhi and appointed as the additional Solicitor General of India. Uh, Thereafter, our association, he became uh, ex officio member of Delhi Bar Council when I was the chairman.
Hmm.
So we worked together for these common goals
Yes.
of working for the society. Fali was dedicated, possibly more than I was dedicated, to field of legal education, to field of helping the junior members of the profession, to create that awareness
Hmm.
in the world about the caliber and competence
Of the
of the
fraternity.
Indian legal professionals. So we worked as a wonderful team, and some of the good work continues even today. Therefore, undoubtedly, Mr. Fali Nariman,
Okay.
he was my hero, and I also had the privilege of holding a judicial position
Okay.
that was in the field of entertainment law. That I was appointed as the chairman of the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal,
FCAT.
FCAT, FCAT at that
Yes,
point
yes,
of
yes.
time. Now it is abolished.
Yes.
So this was the appellate body over CBFC.
Okay. That used to take
Yeah.
the adjudication
CBFC
order.
was generally called the censor board,
Censor board, yes.
certification board of film,
Film
yeah,
certification.
certification.
Yes.
So many uh, appeals came to us
Hmm.
that the censor board has asked us to either no, sometimes censor board bans the film.
Yes.
Sometimes they say, okay, cut these scenes.
Parts. Hmm.
Sometimes they say, mute this, you see, and all. So very famous film like Rajniti, Urta Punjab, and
Yeah.
all those, they came to us,
Oh.
and we had to overturn the judgments of the orders of the CBFC
Huh.
and allow those films to be screened, you see, without any cuts and all that.
All
So that
right.
was, you see, my role as a mm,
In
judicial
the
officer,
yes.
because only those who were retired high court judges or those who have more than 20 years of experience,
Quasi judicial
yeah,
bodies.
so
Hmm.
that was the done. So that was in the field
Nice.
of uh, the film industry.
I think you have a diaspora of yeah, like I can now I get it. And sir, one thing, do you see yourself as political? Uh, like when it comes to, because I think if I have to, because you are in the profession for a very long time, so you may have your own ideals and you may have your whole history or the roller coaster of your thought process or your ideological development, right? But in law, and politics. You have to segregate that, because when it comes to law, uh, everything, the grand norm is constitution. Everything has to emerge from that. So how do you see the interface of law with politics, or you take a neutral stance, you are neither a mover or a shaker? So what's your
No,
stance?
I don't agree that law and politics are separate.
Okay.
They have to integrate.
Hmm.
And I gave you the examples of how you see, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Rajendra
Yes,
Prasad
yes,
ji, they
yes.
all, and even today,
Hmm.
so many successful lawyers, you see, they are into politics,
Yes,
playing a very
big
important,
role. Hmm.
significant role. Persons like Jethmalani and all that, they were very eminent lawyers, but
Hmm.
they were also uh, political in that
Yeah.
sense. I was also political.
Hmm.
At that time, it was only the Indian National Congress, the Congress party,
Yes.
and Pandit Nehru was
Was
the
the.
leader, right till the time of his death, and even after that, um, Indira Gandhi played a very important role, particularly Bangladesh wars and all that. And so during that time, I was appointed also as the convener of the Indian Youth Congress
Okay.
under Sanjay Gandhi. He was, this was just around the emergency times. And when Mrs. Gandhi was defeated in the election,
Hmm.
and then thereafter she came back to power, 1980.
80s.
That time I was very close to the family, very close to Mrs. Gandhi, very close to Sanjay, and I was appointed as the chairman of the legal cell of AICC,
Hmm.
All India Congress Committees. So I was heading their legal cell at that point of time.
Hmm.
And I held that position even till the time Mr. Narasimha Rao was again a very great prime minister who responsible for opening up the Indian economy with the aid and assistance of another great Indian, Dr. Manmohan Singh,
Hmm.
who became prime minister later on. So I was closely connected with them.
With.
But after Rajiv Gandhi's passing away, then I felt, you see, that Congress is not doing the work it was supposed to do, and it was literally uh, getting more self centered. Corruption had also, you see, come into play, and I could not see a bright future for the party. Although Sonia Gandhi may have good intentions, but uh, I drifted away and completely drifted away and became, you see, apolitical.
Hmm.
And after that, you can say from 1991, 92, uh, or 95, 96, till Narasimha Rao was the prime minister. I remained a part of the Congress party, but thereafter I completely drifted away.
Hmm.
And at present, actually, I have no connections with them. I have great regard. I'm not a BJP member, I'm not a BJP man, but I have great regard for the work which has been done in the last 10 to 12 years under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi with the help of very, very eminent ministers like Mr. Arun Jaitley, who is no
Yes.
more, but he did a great job, you see. Then Mr. Piyush
Piyush
Goyal,
Goyal.
Mr. Hardeep Singh
Yes.
Puri, and Ravi Shankar Prasad,
Prasad.
so many others, even the present cabinet, you see, they are all doing, Mr. Gadkari, Mr. Rajnath, remarkable work they are
Work.
doing.
Hmm.
So we appreciate that, but we are critical also when they make mistakes. That is the role which I, as a lawyer, am performing today.
Hmm.
That yes, give your give your comments on the merits, you see.
Mm.
If they are doing well, even today I am asked to write on what are the issues, what are the problems the MSMEs are facing,
Mm.
and all that. So I write articles, I give my suggestions,
Mm.
which are sometimes accepted also.
Right.
I gave my suggestions regarding labor law reforms,
Mm-hmm.
that has also been accepted.
Yes.
They are not put, you see, into the waste paper basket as was being done earlier. So that is where you see things come in.
So you have had a roller coaster of your oscillating between. But I think that's how things develop with greater learning, with greater understanding of the situations around. I think because we as law students, not only law students, but we as the younger generation, especially in our 20s, I think how to build an ideology is also a question because right now it's so much, there is so much bombardment of information that we are not able to segregate that what is true and what is not. People don't cross check the facts
That
and
is where analysis comes in.
comes into part.
You have
Yes,
to analyze them.
yes, yes, yes,
Now, this introduction of, say, AI,
yes,
it can play havoc,
yes,
with the systems.
yes.
My advice always has been that use AI as a tool. Don't become slave to it. You
Hmm.
have to master it.
Yes.
We have seen the use of this chat GPT, whatever it
Chat
is.
GPT.
Yeah,
Yes.
people even writing, drafting agreements
Yes.
and all that.
Even there are a lot of judgments, I think, which are
Judgment,
being written,
which are being written and then overturned because you
overturned, and
see
they are like,
they are not correct,
yes, yes, yes.
because technology cannot replace human mind.
Mind, yes.
It is human mind which has created technology,
Hmm.
not something else. When we have 6 crore cases pending
Hmm.
in India, are citizens of our country getting justice? Now we can't blame the government for that.
Correct.
If at all one can blame the judiciary for that. How they have allowed these 6 crore cases to come up? There are so many
But
factors.
there are a lot of stakeholders. It's because of lawyers also, it's because of judicial
Lawyers also,
officers.
judiciary also, but
Yes. Infrastructure, which is again the government part of it.
yeah,
Yes.
government is the largest litigant.
Yes.
So, and there are too many laws.
Yes.
At the drop of the hat, we're bringing new laws.
Correct.
That so new laws mean new work, more work for
Yeah.
lawyers,
Yes.
more disputes.
Yes.
But then, how do you resolve that? Our Chief Justice Dhananjay Chandrachud,
Mm-hmm.
he he was in Goa, and I was also there.
Yes.
He said that this is the technology we have brought in,
Mm-hmm.
all the reforms, ease of filing cases. We are we have introduced these virtual hearings and all that. So then, when my turn came, I said, "That is fine, Your Lordship. You have done so much. What about the disposal?
Correct.
The 6 crore cases will soon become 7 because it is
Yes.
very easy to file the cases now.
Mm.
But disposal cannot come from technology,
It cannot.
because that is where you have to apply your
The human
mind,
judicial application.
judicial application, because cases have to be decided on their own facts,
Facts.
and facts of no two cases are similar.
Same.
Facts will always be different.
Mm.
Therefore, that is not where you see the role comes in. So these are
I
the,
think embracing is the solution, but at the same time, you cannot
use it
be
as a tool.
as a tool. As a tool.
Research at the
Mm.
click, you see, you can get all judgments on natural justice, on,
Yes,
you say,
yes,
whatever.
yes.
So use it for that purpose, for which
Definitely.
we had to go through all these books and all that, and you can see the flags, and we had to do the research. This my library has got from 1920
I
nine.
could see that the first thing we saw here was this only because we usually don't see
Yeah,
these kind of libraries anywhere.
and my
Because
work.
everything is shifted to
Yeah,
technology.
and you ask how do I divide my time and all that, but I think at this point of time in my age, when I'm 86 years old, but I still continue to do the work which I was doing earlier. But some significant contribution is by my wife Nina, whom I married, you see, in 1995. Aditya is the product of that marriage, and uh, she herself is a very eminent lawyer,
Yes, yes, yes.
having started her practice in
Hmm.
1979, and at the moment she's heading the gender. She's a part of the gender sensitization committee
In the Supreme
in
Court.
the
Yes,
Supreme
I know, I
Court,
know.
you see, and all
Hmm.
that, and she handles all the Supreme Court work, you see, and the
Yes.
office administration. So that takes away a lot of load from me,
Yeah. You, yeah.
and that is without sacrificing her professional work.
Hmm.
That is, and looking after, you see, the family and all
Great.
that, which is a growing family. We have grandchildren, we have great grandchildren, and
So you yourself have brought that topic, but if I have to like put it in a phrase, Nina ma'am is your partner both in life and I think in law as well. So
of course,
how has it been under the same roof? Like any like her contribution or something? Because I think two lawyers under the same roof.
no, no, it is something which happened naturally, you see,
Okay.
that she joined my firm in 1979 or 1980
Okay.
when she had just completed her
Her
law.
law.
So uh, that is the time she joined, and
Hmm.
she had been working, you see, right from that
Yes,
time and
yes.
handling very important matters, including, we are the lawyers for Air India.
Okay.
So we advised them, we had handled their litigation,
Hmm.
but more importantly, there were so many air crashes, and then the
Recently.
courts of inquiries were set up.
Hmm.
Then the families had to be compensated, insurance had to be paid.
Hmm.
So she handled all that, and she had to travel extensively
For that.
to all parts of the world, you see, not just in India. And 90, she was working, and she opened my Bombay office
Hmm.
in 1982. My Bombay office was open because that is when we got Air India as our client, and mm, she was integral part of the office, a very senior partner, along with my cousins also and
Okay.
others. 91, when my uh, wife Madhuji passed away, then she was working there,
Hmm.
and they were good friends also. And rather, Madhuji, when she visited Bombay, she saw Nina working, you see, with piles of files
Ah.
around her and all that. She suggested that we must have a proper accommodation and all that. So
Hmm.
she had done. So Madhuji passed away in 1991, and then uh, 4 years thereafter, then we thought, you see, it is better that Nina and I we get married. So 95 we got married, and ever since then she has been. Earlier she was a partner in law also, but then she became a partner in life,
Life.
a role which she has been performing in
So
a
you
very.
endorse two lawyers getting married?
Of course, yeah, yeah. It is always good to argue.
You bring back work also, but I think with a lot of
No, no.
disagreements.
Freedom of expression is there
Uh,
for everyone, even between husband and wife, between parents and children.
yes, yes, yes.
These children also don't accept what you say. They have their own own views, and
Right, right.
sometimes they are correct also.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we have seen this growth in the profession
Hmm.
right from the time 1962
Hmm.
when I started, when we had no help from any
Right.
technological
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Even telephones were not available.
Hmm.
It was a status symbol to have a telephone connection
Hmm.
with those big black phones, were coming. You had to dial this, and that.
Hmm.
You could not have any trunk calls. You had to book the calls,
Yes.
and then it used to take couple of hours for the calls to materialize. There was no public transport system available, but we were quite happy with that sort of situation. So we have progressed a lot. But this progress has also brought in some of the
Hmm.
perils in the profession. That time, emphasis was more on justice.
Hmm.
Now the emphasis is on law.
Yes.
Law has to be subservient to justice. But now justice is not to be seen. What is the answer anyone can give that 6 crore cases pending? Are our citizens of this country getting justices?
Hmm.
We have high profile cases being argued and decided where uh, uh, religious disputes, you see, states disputes, scams, frauds. These are the cases. What about the ordinary cases you see of citizens? No one is paying any attention to that. That is where judiciary has to do.
Hmm.
Our preamble of the Constitution says that we are entitled to justice, social, economic,
Economic,
political.
political. Hmm.
But thereafter, there is no mention of justice at all. It is something which is inherently wrong in our system, that is administration of justice, because we have inherited from the British.
Correct.
In a small country like England, you could have
Hmm.
the luxury of having 3, 4 tier 4
Yes.
of decision making,
Hmm.
right from the lowest court up to the House of Lords or the Privy Council. You could have, but in India you can't have.
Yes.
But in India, what is required is going back to our original,
Hmm.
the panchayat system,
Hmm.
the non-adversarial system, you
Hmm.
see, where wise people used to sit and decide before the differences became disputes.
Correct.
That is the way out.
The example that you're quoting, it's basically like the you're doing a transplant,
Yeah.
but you're not checking the compatibility of
Correct,
organs.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely correct.
Yes. Because the ethos and the fabric which is in
Yeah.
India, you can't, no. Uh, it has to be compatible with the fabric of the
But
country.
now we are stuck with that system
Yes.
because it's a part of our constitutional framework. Therefore, the only way out is to, without offending any part of the
Yes.
constitution,
Hmm.
to go for settlement of disputes,
Correct.
mediation. That is the answer. Even arbitration has failed to take off in this country.
Yes.
There have been amendments and amendments and amendments, but it is not institutionalized. It is ad hoc arbitration
Yes.
which is going on. Therefore, what is the answer?
Legislation or like a proper framework.
Mediation,
Yes. Mediation
settlement.
Act has come.
No, mediation law has
Laws
come.
has
You
come.
don't need a law for mediation.
Okay.
For mediation, you need a change of the mindset,
Right.
that someone to advise the parties that look here, that is how, if you go for litigation, this is how it will fare. So
Hmm.
why don't you sit and talk? Settlement
Right.
means some give and take,
Samjhauta.
samjhauta ka spirit. That has to be brought in again. For that, we have to go back to our systems.
A bit
With
of institutionalization, I think, is required because otherwise, even I think more than institutionalization, awareness about the same is not there.
awareness, awareness.
It is not there
Yeah,
because I have always heard, even in the families or even in my family or the environment, it's always like litigation,
yeah, yeah.
courts. For a layman, for a commoner, it's always for them law is symbolic to
Yeah,
कोर्ट
court. Yeah,
कचहरी
correct, correct.
उससे ज्यादा उन्हें मतलब ही नहीं है और
Yeah,
ना उन्हें जानने की है तो आई दैट इज व्हाई द लीगल प्रोफेशन द वे इट इज डेफिनेटली द बैकबोन ऑफ द कंट्री बट इट हैज टू उस पे सीलिंग लगी हुई है
yeah.
breaking of the ceiling is important otherwise there is no point because it is made for the
You
society
are
at the end.
absolutely right. There is
Yeah.
a moral responsibility
Yes.
on lawyers also
Yes.
to suggest settlement of disputes.
Correct.
Some lawyers feel, why should we settle, because
हाँ.
we'll be losing our fee if the matter goes for litigation. But they
Yes.
forget that in the final analysis, you get the confidence of the client,
Client
and that is more important.
and the society at
Yeah,
large.
society.
So now moving to the segment where this is a question that I have as a law student as well, because I think over time the market forces that have created this. On I won't blame the market forces, it could be plethora of reasons, but I think there is this growing trend of this obsession with getting into law firms. And one of the reasons is definitely the financial part, the financial aspect of it. But at the very beginning of the, you enter the law school and you have this thing, सैम जाना है, कैम जाना है, यहाँ जाना है. So there is this whole thing जो एक बच्चे के दिमाग में जो सिर्फ फर्स्ट ईयर में आता है, and this obsession is there. So anything that you want to say on this obsession which is there, should it be balanced, neutralized, or someone basically decides कि अगर उन्हें कुछ law firm मिलता ही नहीं है तो their whole practice or things get, because majority of the people are first generations as well. So on that to them.
You see, it is not just the case in the legal profession. I think it is all over.
Right, right.
Young girls and boys who complete their basic education, whether as undergraduation or even post graduation, they want to be on their own. They want to, you see, help the parents in a way that they are not dependent on the parents. I'm not talking of business people.
Yes.
Business people have the very clear line of succession that my son, if I'm a businessman, my son or daughter, they will also be in business. But for professionals and other careers, there is a need, economic need also, to be on their own.
Yes.
This we have seen even in where child labor is there, where the children don't get education but they are employed, you see,
Right.
like in this Firozabad Bengal industry, young boys and girls, you see, they are into it. Why they are into it? And government has not banned that sort of a thing for the reason that it is a economic necessity for the children also to work at the cost of their education.
Yes.
So this is a mindset that we have, that we want to be, our young people, they want to be on their own and self-sustaining, not be a burden on your parents. So how to achieve that? They have 3-4 options available to them. It is not just the law firms. You have to also see the female and male ratio. That plays an important role. It is my experience as president of Society of Indian Law Firms also, that in law firms there are more lady lawyers than there are male lawyers, because several factors, several reasons for that.
Correct.
That they have like a security in the sense they are working in a proper environment. They are not going to the court, jumping from one court to another court, and also, you see, rubbing shoulders with some people who may not be desirable people or something like that, you see, happening. And they would like to have that sense of uh, security, not only economic security but physical security and a proper environment to work, which is provided by the law firms, and that applies to the more to the females than to male. Male are more adventurous.
Yes, yes. And even their prime age is like a little bit more longer than what a female. So you think it's fine? Like, is it the trend is right?
No, trend is right, because once a student reaches third year or fourth year, or fourth or fifth year, they are in a position to decide depending upon their aptitude. This is what I tell the law students. First, decide what is your aptitude. Don't even go by what your parents suggest to you. Okay, you become a criminal lawyer, you become a civil lawyer. What is your aptitude? If you have, you see, aptitude to go to the courts, fight out the cases there, by all means, join some good senior counsel or some other counsel, and then uh, uh, go to the courts right from the lowest court. Start with that. Go to the magistrates court, then go to the sessions court, then you go to the high court. Do you see that area of practice?
So there is no straight jacket, but your own
aptitude. And then you say, no, I want to go and join a law firm. I want to do corporate work. That is important. Where I see the bright future also for
Yes.
economy is no economic
It's
ties are
already connected.
already connected. So I want to go and join a law firm.
Hmm.
Third option is no. I want to be an in-house lawyer. So that is also give
Hmm.
sense of security gives
Yes.
you have a secured amount which you get every month, possibly fixed working hours
Yes.
that can have a good one can have a good family life
Family
and
life.
all that. Fourth option is to become a law teacher.
Yes, that's also very fulfilling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very fulfilling. It again question of your aptitude,
Aptitude.
you see.
Yes.
And
That's a great answer.
when we were students, our law teachers, for that matter, the teachers were not paid
Hmm.
properly. But now, fortunately, they are at a stage where they can make a good living, reasonably well, not lavish
Right.
lifestyle, because they are given accommodation also, and all those things are provided.
Correct.
So, so these are the options available with the student
Students.
himself or herself.
Herself.
They have to decide.
Hmm.
Then once they decide that,
Then
again
it's you.
question arises. This is an age of specialization.
Hmm.
You corporate world, you want to go for intellectual
Hmm.
property, you want to go for information technology,
Technology.
you want to go for mergers
And
and acquisitions,
acquisitions.
you see, you want to go for joint ventures. That is the
So then your specific field of
then
interest.
criminal side, litigation,
Hmm.
criminal side or civil side.
Hmm.
You want to do cases of murders or rapes, you see, or scams and uh,
Right.
frauds and all that,
Correct. True.
or you want to go for civil litigation.
Correct.
Civil litigation again includes, you see, the labor laws,
Hmm.
industrial disputes, consumer protection laws,
Right.
everything. That is all. So again, it is all your aptitude and
At the end.
then some sort of specialization.
Hmm.
Now specialization is coming in.
Hmm.
So much so that law firms are known for their specialization now.
Yeah.
Not that you
Their
have any
names.
type of
Yeah.
matter, you can go to a law firm. Intellectual property, specialized
Specialized
law firm.
firms.
In that also, patents have a
Uh,
different field.
mhm.
Trademarks again, copyright again,
Yes. Very specific teams
very
working.
specific team working.
So at the end, it's aptitude. Sir, again, I would not get into the debate of usage of umbrella terms like first generation versus second generation because I feel that if you put a badge on yourself and use it as an excuse at the prime threshold of your life, uh, so deviating from that, but taking an extract from it. So, as students, I'm a student to you and for everyone who is watching. So we have these from our stupid little eyes. We have these dreams, of going somewhere and reaching a certain level. We have our expectations from us, not from the others, but from us. So, what are those? Um, you know, I won't say your advice, but something that you want to tell or advise this law students that they should not be doing, some red lines that they should not touch upon, or something in their demeanor, or something in their everything, anything that you want to tell law students up
Yeah,
in this.
it doesn't depend on this first generation or second
Yes.
generation. Now, taking an example of my own son,
Hmm.
Aditya, he we both parents, both Nina and I, we wanted that he should take up law and be a part of this office and part of this entire setup and all that. But right from the school time, we saw his aptitude was towards
Films.
films and all that.
Hmm.
He was the only student allowed in the hostel in the Sagar school to have a keep a mobile for
Okay.
the purpose of, you see,
Filming.
making short films and all that. Always that aptitude was there. So he told us very clearly that
Hmm.
his line is not going to be law. His line is going to be filmmaking,
Hmm.
and we have seen it got good results.
Yes.
His documentaries are recognized and getting Dada Saheb Phalke Award and
Cannes
Cannes
recently.
Film
Yes.
Festivals and all
Yes.
that. But he did he did keep, you see, our uh, intentions, our fond hopes from him
Yes.
that he did law also,
Great.
but he is not into practice of
Hmm.
law. Therefore, again, I revert back to that. What is your aptitude? What is it that you want to do? My advice is, besides aptitude, you should have the ability to do your competent work. Law is not a stage, where you can just jump into success. It's a long struggle. There are no working hours, particularly if you talk of law firms.
Hmm.
In litigation, still you can say, okay,
Yes, but in firms
after
it's
for law firm, some your contacts are there in US, in Japan, and all that. Sometimes the call comes at 1 a.m. in the night. Sometimes you see at 12 midnight and all that. Therefore, are you attuned to that sort of a thing?
hmm.
Can you put in your effort to be a good lawyer? Because it is a period of struggle. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. If you are prepared for that sort of a life
Correct.
of hard work, you see, struggle, and belated recognition of
Yes.
your work, you see, and you get your worth in terms of money, then you should accept law, because
Otherwise not.
it is a very jealous profession.
Jealous mistress, as you say.
You can't ignore law and do something else,
Yes.
then you are nowhere. Therefore, one has to be prepared for that. You don't expect an easy life. That is my advice.
All right.
And for the female lawyers, the students, girl students also, they should be prepared to face a very strong life, sometimes
Correct.
unbalanced life,
Yes.
because it takes time to settle down.
Yes.
Initially, you will be all right when you are not married,
Correct.
but after one is married, then you see responsibilities come in, which is natural part of that.
You will have to have a very strong will, and
Yes,
yeah, uh, uh, that's I think that's
no
very wholesome
shortcut in the
in the
profession.
profession. I think with this, I've got like a general overview. I'll just wrap. So I want to have this rapid fire, which is getting into your getting to know from the personal inquiry side. So these are like one-liner questions, so you can just be as frank as
Yeah.
possible. What is that most illegal thing that you have done in law school? Like if you can confess something as a law student when you had no burden, no responsibility, that how the world would judge you. So on
Skipping the class and
that.
having a cup of coffee.
So you have to finish the line. I'll start the starting phrase and you'll have to end it. Behind every successful lawyer is dash.
Family. There is
Oh,
family.
nice. What's the funniest excuse you've heard from a junior?
I have finished my work, because work never finishes for a lawyer.
If you could cross-examine one historic, one historical figure, who would it be?
Historic figure would be Prime Minister Modi. What is the what is the key to your success?
So you want to cross-examine him and ask
Yeah,
such questions.
yeah.
That's nice. One law school memory that still makes you smile.
At my time, actually, there were no law schools. There were only law faculties and all
Huh.
that.
So
So
in law faculties.
my memory was when I asked a question from my law teacher, and he gave me a compliment. I say, why the law of torts has not been codified?
Hmm. Yeah.
And he said, that's a very good question. So, not many people know what the codification is,
Education is.
what the law of tort is. You
Yes.
see.
So, what is that one Bollywood myth that Bollywood gets wrong about lawyers? Because they sometimes show the other side also, not the true side. So, one myth that you want to burst.
They they don't project either the court scenes or the lawyers in the right perspective.
Okay.
It is all dramatized, over dramatized.
Yeah,
It is
okay.
it is like a,
Like that.
yeah,
Do
it,
you think lawyers are liars?
no, lawyers are not liars, but lawyers have to act according to what their client tells them.
Mm-hmm.
It is their duty. They are bound by the oath to rely upon what the client tells them.
Okay.
So, if the client tells them falsely, lawyers have to proceed on that basis, that it is a correct statement coming from that. We are not to judge. That is the role of the judge. We have to protect the interest of our client until unless some offense has taken place within our knowledge. Something has gone wrong which we are aware of.
Hmm. Any judge who has roasted you ever and you want to tell? Like it could be a funny comic banter in the during the courtroom exchange.
No, generally, I always tell the judges to, but yes, there was Justice I.D. Dua,
Okay.
very eminent judge of Delhi High Court, then he became judge of Supreme Court, and he's father of my dear friend Ranji Dua, who's heading
Hmm.
Dua Associates,
Dua
the
Associates.
law firm. He told me uh, once when I fumbled, he says, Lalit Bhasin, it seems that you have not read your file properly. I say, my lord, I have read my file properly, but I forgot to paginate the brief.
Yeah, I got it. One Bollywood film that suits your life, that if there is any film,
Suits my life is that,
as in which Bollywood film represents your life, if any?
not as a lawyer, but
Hmm.
generally
As a person.
as someone who believes in continuing effort and eventually succeeds, that would be that Amir Khan's film, uh, that cricket film,
Lagan.
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 Lagan. So that.
He did not give up the hope, you see.
Hmm.
And
If somebody has to dissect Lalit Bhasin's ideology, not political, ideology for life, for life, because I think you might be 86, you don't look like 86, but if in all these 86 years, uh, one phrase or one sentence that will sum up your ideology.
live the life as it comes.
As it comes.
Yeah.
Sir, one last question I have. As a law student, I will have that one last question. How do you see the future of legal market in India? Because there has been lot of speculations as regards to foreign lawyers coming, and it has it to be fully, it has to be open, it has to be hybrid, or there is some negotiation that is. So your take on that, like what is the right way of approaching it?
No, foreign lawyers do not, you see, pose any challenge to us
Okay.
because we have proved, particularly after mid 90s,
Hmm.
when we have seen a growth in the law
Hmm.
firms in the country, young law firms coming up with very good resources,
Yes.
with very good technologies, with excellent knowledge,
Yes.
competence,
Hmm.
speed.
Yes.
Therefore, we don't have to fear any challenge from the foreign lawyers.
Hmm.
Let them come. It will lead to what one of my friends says, co-opetition.
Hmm.
That is competition
Plus
plus, you see, cooperation. Yeah.
cooperation.
So co-opetition, which will be healthy
Yes.
for the professions of uh,
For the
global profession, and particularly for the young lawyers. They will get good exposure. Not that Indian legal system is bad, but
Yes.
as compared to others, possibly we have to learn something, and those
Hmm.
other jurisdictions have to learn
Learn
something
something
from
from
us,
us.
you see.
Yes.
So I see a good future,
Hmm.
but the danger may come from technology
Okay. You are worried only on that part.
on that part,
Yes.
because what happens is that people come to lawyers because they are uncertain about certain things.
Hmm.
They say, okay, let us take legal advice. But these days, what happens that they can themselves go into,
Yeah.
do some Google search or some LexisNexis thing and all that, find out, you see, the answers.
Yes.
But, so the challenge may come.
But we have to cooperate and at the same time compete.
Yeah, compete.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. And sir, who is your best friend in the legal fraternity?
Best friend.
Yes.
I have many, many good friends. So,
Any three?
no, my Attorney General is a very good friend, Mr. Venkat Ramani.
Venkatraman.
Yeah, he's a very good friend.
Okay. Anything that you would want to say to Nina ma'am about her contribution to your life?
Yeah, keep the contribution going.
Thank you, sir. I
Thank you.
think
Thank you very
it,
much.
it was lovely speaking to you. I
Thank
think
you.
we all had very much fun.
Thank you.
And also, if you want to say something for the experience or something for the channel in the sense about your experience and how it can be shared and it could be the knowledge can be disseminated.
You see, as a lawyer, I have never been cross examined. This is the first time that I have been cross examined, not only with regard to my professional work, but even with regard to my personal life. But it was all in very good taste, done in a very pleasant manner, and I hope such interviews with other legends, with
Yes.
other people would also
Yes, sir.
continue.
Yes, sir.
Wish
And
you all the best.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.